Well, race 2 coming to the line here at Knockhill in absolutely perfect weather conditions. And race 1 gave us all sorts of drama. We saw the fantastic battle between Ricky Stevens and Ryan Charwood on the AOS B-Wiser Kawasaki and Andy Peach and Charlie Richardson. What a scrap they had. Runners-up Andy Peach and Charlie down here. But further down the order, let's have a look across there at Roger Lovelock. Number 49, Roger Lovelock, came from the back of the grid to 5th place. He was really, really flying. Tony Brown over there, number 57. Tony Brown and Ashley Hawes had a race-long chain problem. We saw the Finning Kawasaki of Ben Holland and Lee Watson really charge up through the field. And Steve Kershaw, the local hero, had a misfire all through the race. So what I'm really saying is, a lot of these guys who didn't have it 100% in race 1 are really coming out fighting for race 2. And the weather is perfect. The Scottish fans love their racing, and at Knockhill, on a circuit where the legendary Jock Taylor cut his teeth on his way to a world title, they absolutely adore the F1 Sidecars, and we have a race in prospect. Starting from pole position, Stevens and Charwood look across to the left. Andy Peach there on the L&W Contractors Kawasaki, looking to go through the middle. Ben Holland and Lee Watson as the lights change. A better start this time for Tony Brown and Ashley Hawes. I remind you, they line up in the positions in which they finished the first race. Peach already hitting the front ahead of the pole position men, Stevens. Then it's Ben Holland. Is it another podium here for Ben Holland and Lee Watson? Looking good. Lovelock then in 5th place. Roger Lovelock having to start from the back of the grid, the green outfit, number 49, had a huge problem at Snetterton. He was eliminated from both races. Through go Ian Guy and Danny Evanson. Ian Guy, rejuvenated, vastly experienced competitor from Rochester, having ridden at Grand Prix and national level for so many years. 2015 is a good year for Ian Guy. On board then, looking back from the number 100 outfit of Stevens. And look at Tony Brown. Tony Brown, Paymundo.com with Ashley Hawes, number 57. Are they alongside? Yes, they are. They're ahead of Ben Holland. Ben Holland cuts back through. Oh, where? What? That was fantastic stuff from these guys. Both from the south of the country. Brown from Kent and Holland from Portsmouth. Lovelock having repaired his outfit after Snetterton with the help of Nigel Hogg, a benefactor and part sponsor, without whose help he wouldn't even be here. Lovelock then making the best advantage of that. He's by Tony Brown, moving up yet another place. Brown going backwards again on the Paymundo.com. Lovelock on the BB Bike Shop. Phoenix BMW, the only BMW in the race. Gary Bryan and Jamie Wynn on the number 44. Santander Salt in there. 1.7 miles Knockhill. They get round so very quickly here. And through goes Brown again on Lovelock. Lovelock no fighting back. The BMW up the inside. Look how close they are. Lap record here, 51.783 held by reigning champion Sean Hegarty. He's not even here to defend his lap record or defend his championship. This weekend, Peach and Richardson then. Andy Peach also in a rich vein of form, going strongly in the championship, 2nd place in the table after race 1. You've got the rider's eye view here from Stevens and Charwood on the Assured Office Solutions B-Wiser Kawasaki. And he's hunting down Andy Peach, got him in his sights. 2nd place, says the board for Ricky. Here comes Ricky Stevens, out over the top of the hill into Dufferston. This is adverse camber, 85, 90 miles an hour. Then down into Scotsman, the right-hander here. Round they go, round Scotsman. Andy Peach then now in 2nd, but closing on Peach. It's the Finning Kawasaki, so 3 Kawasaki's at the front. Oh no, and running strongly, but it's a retirement for Steve Kershaw and Rob Wilson on the Express Tyres Blink Bonnie Quarry Kawasaki. Not a good day for them, but they should still retain 4th place in the title chase. Meanwhile, behind them it's Lovelock and Tony Brown absolutely locked in it. Here though, Ian Guy behind Gary Bryan and Jamie Wynn on the Santander Salt. Kawasaki ahead of them. Gary Horsepole, Jimmy Connell, number 32. Horsepole, former F2 British champion, riding strongly now. Look at this battle for second place though. Ben Holland closing now on Andy Peach and going through on Andy Peach. So up to second goes the Finning Cat Kawasaki of Ben Holland and Lee Watson. The second half of the season for them is going to be absolutely brilliant. They found their form and they found their reliability. There are scraps all the way down the field. This the battle for 7th place. And Gary Horsepole, Jimmy Connell being chased down now by Ian Guy and Danny Evanson, also L&W contractor sponsored. Up the inside of the hairpin they go. That is Ian Guy's favourite overtaking place. Gary Bryan there watching everything unfold. But Ben Bygrave and Stuart Clark, number 74 on the Blue Machinery Suzuki, having a brilliant ride. Retired in race 1, but they're putting it to good use now, their experience around Knockhill in race 2. Look at Ian Guy. The diminutive Ian Guy. He's not big in stature, but he's big in heart. Look how he rides. As I said earlier, out go local men Craig Nicol and Ralph Pride. So a bad day for them in race 2 at Knockhill. Meanwhile, at the front, it's daggers drawn between these guys. Similar ages, best of buddies, but there's no love lost on track. And look at this chase in 4th place. Tony Brown, Ashley Hawes, then Lovelock as well, looking every which way to redeem his misdemeanors at Snetterton and claw back some points. He was up to second in the table at one point before it all fell apart in Norfolk. But Lovelock, the vastly experienced 2009 British F1 champion, would love to get that #1 plate back again. And he's got every chance because the BMW is so quick. There they are. Lovelock, through he goes on Tony Brown at the hairpin, gets it stopped, gets it turned, and he's away again. Lovelock then now up to 4th place. Ahead of him, Andy Peach, the only BMW in a whole bevy of Kawasaki's. In fact, the sole BMW in the race, the number 49 Green Machine. Tony Brown, whose regular passenger Sam Christie was injured at Snetterton. Ashley Hawes, of course, former world champion passenger, riding on the Paymundo.com Kawasaki, always ready to step in, vastly accomplished and fiercely competitive, loves to get a result. Ashley does not like being out of the top 3, I can tell you. So Tony Brown is getting his head down, looking backwards now from the race leaders, Ricky Stevens and Ryan Charlwood, and that is the gap. Behind them, it's the yellow and black Finning Kawasaki just coming into view as we approach the hairpin. This is how hard they brake. This is how tight they keep it. Any smoke from the rear wheel? Yes. Puffing of smoke from the rear wheel as they spin it up the straight, over the top there. It's about 130 miles an hour over the top, and the drop down to Duffer Stick. We're at it now. Back 2 gears. Through here in 3rd. Flick it right, flick it left, passenger working hard, down to the right-hander, the Scotsman. We're at that now, and they are supremely accomplished. What a bright future this pair have got. I was asked in recent days, in actual fact, if I thought there was any answer for the dominance of people like Tim Reeves and Ben Birchall, and the answer to that is a firm yes, and it comes in the form of Ricky Stevens, among others, the man at the lead of this race. On lap 11 then, of 15. Peach and Richardson coming under pressure now from the Lovelock Alto BMW, and he'll be looking for that overtaking opportunity at the hairpin, showing Peach the nose of the green bike. Nothing in it. This is an absolutely brilliant result for Ben Holland and Lee Watson. They are flying in 2nd place, and this battle is about the final podium spot. Can Andy Peach hang on to 3rd place here? He's under pressure. He suffered a bit from tyre grip, or lack of tyre grip, in race 1. Could well be, because Andy Peach is a hard rider, and he does work the tyres extremely hard. Right on his case now though, Roger Lovelock, and he's up the inside. Not to miss an opportunity, Roger Lovelock. Has Andy Peach got the steam to steer back on the inside? No, he's in 4th. Lovelock then, 3rd place now, Roger Lovelock. But now Andy Peach fighting back again. And who was that on the outside of the track? Another retirement. Using the track and more, Andy Peach. So briefly, Roger Lovelock's spell ahead of Andy Peach. Peach has reclaimed it, I can tell you. Such is the standard of riding in this championship. The next round comes from Brands Hatch, where the boys are up against the World Championship runners in one race. Have they got a shock in store? I can tell you. Most of these guys will out-qualify the bulk of the World Championship entry. I almost guarantee it at Brands Hatch. Such is the speed and such is the standard of this Hyundai Heavy Industries British F1 Sidecar Championship. Just look at the way they ride. Ahead of Andy Peach, Ben Holland and Lee Watson riding with them now as they approach the hairpin. You can see the race leaders way out in front, and round they go. Oh, listen, has he missed a gear? He's got a problem, is that? Oh dear me, a problem there. Gear shift problem for Ben Holland. He lost 2 places in one fell swoop, but he's still going. That was a gear downshift problem for sure, and it cost him dearly. Up into second place now, elevated to second place. Andy Peach and Charlie Richardson. He doesn't need a second beg calling, I can tell you. Give him the opportunity, he's through. Lovelock has gone with him. The big loser in that battle, Ben Holland, Lee Watson, who are still in 4th. But this battle now has drawn them closer to the race leader. Could it be that Ricky Stevens has spent his tyres? We're on the penultimate lap. Holland in the back of the picture, still going strongly. And past Peach goes Lovelock, round he goes, coming down to the hairpin, but sweeping round the outside. Andy Peach has got to keep him tight though. They've got 1 lap, 1.6 miles then of the Knockhill circuit to do, and Andy Peach is under enormous pressure from Roger Lovelock and Aki Alto. Charlie Richardson, a quick look over his shoulder, he can see, and Charlie Richardson so enthusiastic. He is a passenger who loves to win. Again, he's looking. Vastly experienced, this young man, having passengered around the Isle of Man TT as well, as indeed has Aki Alto, the Finnish passenger, chasing him in Roger Lovelock's outfit. Meanwhile, at the front, the Bewiser Assured Office Solutions Bewiser Kawasaki pair looking supreme here. But this battle is going to go all the way to the wire. Green bikes, both of them, L&W Contractors versus BB Bike Shop BMW, and now it's now or never for Lovelock. Is he going to go in wide and try and get the BMW on the gas coming out of the hairpin? It's about the drive to the hill, over the top, the checkered flag. It's a double victory for Stevens and Charlwood. Who's going to get the verdict? And second place on the podium, it's Peach, but maintaining a strong 4th despite their problems, almost in the clutches of Tony Brown and Ashley Hawes, Ben Holland and Lee Watson. Bygrave and Stuart Clark on the Blue Machinery Suzuki get a strong finish as well, justly deserved, as Rod Robertson and Henry Dealey 1 lap adrift go over the line. There it is, 85.42 miles an hour. That took just over 13 minutes. What a race and what a circuit. 6 very, very happy guys, I can tell you. Brilliant stuff. Whew. Well, confirmation of that double victory then. There it is, Stevens, Peach and Lovelock. That's the podium. Holland, Brown, Bygrave's strong ride. That boy has got potentials, just got to get his act together machinery-wise. Ian Guy, Danny Evanson there strongly in 7th. Looking further down the order, Andy and Phil Sloan always finishing their races now. That's what it's all about. You've got to do it. You've got to be in it to win it.